thank you everyone for joining me. Like I said, feel free to turn on your mics. This, you know, I'm not into lecturing. I just really want to help people use their videos effectively. And we have been hearing from a lot of people just, they're posting their videos to LinkedIn because we tell them to, but then they just don't know what to do after. So I want to start off today with, we're going to talk about how to use your videos on LinkedIn, how to pin them to your profile. If you have a company page, how you can share in between the pages for best traction so that LinkedIn's not saying, hey, this is the same post you already did. And we're going to talk about how to engage on LinkedIn if you're feeling timid about it or feeling like, oh, I just feel so fake. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And then we're going to look at how to look at your analytics so that you can see how your LinkedIn engagement, how your LinkedIn posts are doing. Now, with any sort of marketing initiative, it is important for you to think about, why you're on LinkedIn. What are your big business goals? And we talk a lot about tracking how your videos are viewed, tracking how people are engaging. And it can feel like, well, I'm tracking, but what do these numbers mean? And so before you can actually accurately track anything in your marketing, you have to figure out what you're looking for. So the easy things to measure are, of course, like views and engagement and how many likes you get. But you can get caught up in that and realize like the people who are liking these posts are like my mom or people who are never going to be my client. But what you need to understand is the big picture of social media is that if you create engagement, then the algorithm starts pushing you out into a bigger circle. And so that's what we're trying to leverage when we go out on social media, besides all the nice stuff like nurturing your clients, and, getting that brand awareness out there. So before we begin, I think if you want to either just pipe up or put it in the chat, like what is one key reason why you are out there marketing on LinkedIn? Just open up your microphones if you want.
Mine would be brand awareness.
That's a big one.
I think we do it to bring people to our website. Because I link everything from the video to our website.
Excellent. And are you running Google Analytics on your website so that you can see if people are coming?
I do get Google Analytics. Understanding all of it is not my forte, but I do think that when everything is linked to the website, we get more views. I can see which videos they're going to. Any further than that, I don't know. I do think it draws traffic, but what that does, I don't know. I don't know if that does anything for us or not, right, quite frankly.
Yeah, it's sort of that unknown until like they call you or email you and you say like, how did you find out about us? You just don't know. And it can be worthwhile to put into that sort of first meeting, onboarding, some sort of question about like, how did you first hear about us? All right. So the first thing that I want to talk about is how to get your videos on LinkedIn. Does anyone have any questions about how you're downloading the videos from Whipster from us, getting them on your hard drive, and then posting them to LinkedIn?
I've got that.
I feel like that's like I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, let me.
Well, I think because it's a new site.
I know.
So
we had Screenlight for like 9 years and they were just like, we're going away. And I'm like, what do you mean you're going away? We've built our whole process on you.
Yeah. So I think that to me, that slowed down. And then doing the videos, I haven't put some of them out yet. So I'm more in the stage of, okay, how do I get it on LinkedIn? So it's on my website.
Well, that's where we're going to start. We're going to start with square one. I love it.
Yeah. Sorry for anybody else who's more advanced than I am.
Has it changed, Sharon? Has the process changed over the years? Are there different, like the clicking on and off of closed captioning and all that, or is it
All of that is pretty much the same. They keep moving things around a little bit, but
Okay.
yeah,
That
it's all
makes me
pretty
feel
much
better.
the same. Yeah, no, you're doing great. Let me see.
We need that, don't we?
All right. I'm gonna do, like I said, I didn't build a deck. We're just gonna do this live. And so, I
Okay.
apologize if I fumble around looking for things, and you're gonna see probably some things that maybe I shouldn't see, but we can blur that in the video. All right, so let's just go, actually, let me just go to the desktop because we're gonna need everything. All right. So when you get your Whipster link and you get here, it can be a little confusing because everything kind of looks the same. But if it's got a time code, that's a video. The thumbnails don't have the videos. Let me see, we got YouTube, YouTube clean, YouTube. This is the one I think I want. And you just, if you click here, you can download right from here, or if you click into the video, give it a minute.
Yeah, I had an issue getting the video to the university so that they could post it on their website. It was too
Could you
big.
not share the Whipster link so they could just download it from there?
I think we tried everything and we finally gave up. So one of the reasons I
Right.
did
And
it.
if you
Yeah.
can't use like Dropbox or Box or Google Drive, it's really hard to share video files.
Okay. I think it was the
If
first one that was so big. I think the other videos are smaller that I think they would fit. It was just that
Right.
very first
Well,
one
you
that
do
was so
have
big.
some options. You bring up a great point. So when you get to this download button, you have some options here. And so the original file is 164 megabytes. So that's the least amount of compression. You could download at 31 megabytes. It's going to compress it more, but honestly, if it's just being played on the web, it's probably fine. You know, we've had to compress things to 30 megabytes for clients before, and if you were in the waiting room and you saw a little video, that had to be compressed like considerably. I think it was had to be under 20 megabytes, and it still plays okay because it's not playing like in a theater. It's not playing on the screen at a conference. It's just playing on your desktop.
Okay.
So you have some options here.
I have a
I'm
quick
not sure why.
question.
Yes.
Do you have to finish the review and approve it before you can download it? Because I was
No,
trying to,
no,
you
you
don't,
don't have to
okay.
approve anything.
Oh, I thought you did. Okay.
What happens with Whipster is once you approve it, nobody else can leave any comments.
Okay.
It's not important to us. Like as long as Sam knows, hey, we're happy with the video. If you're happy with that video, it is always at like the final level, ready to download. Like you don't have to take it back to us. Like we don't have to do anything else to it. Like all the licensing has been acquired. There's no watermarks. There's no nothing. Like it's ready to go. So anytime you're happy with a video, you can download it right then and there and just tell Sam, hey, I love it. It's going to compliance. So just for funsies, we'll download the 31 megabytes because why not? It'll make it quicker to
So
upload to
what
LinkedIn.
makes the difference? You're talking
It's
to
just compression. It's just
okay.
compression. So if you think about, so I spent many, many years as a photographer. So for me, like it's easy to think about this. Like if you take a
Yeah.
photograph and it's ready for print, so it's high res, and you need to email it, you can compress it in Photoshop down to like level 3, and you can actually email that photo. It's not above the 5 megabyte limit.
Okay.
So it's the same thing with this. So it's compressing it. So what it's doing is you might lose a little color detail, but is anyone really going to
Mhm.
notice that, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
might, it's just compressing the file to be more portable. Now you can compress it too much and then it starts to pixelate. Like this 46 or the 16 megabyte at 960. Well, 960 if this was like 2003 would have been fine, but in today it's not, everything's HD, everything's high res.
Hmm.
Now I would always recommend download the highest res possible. You definitely want to download that and put it on your computer, put it on a hard drive, put it somewhere to archive so that you have it.
And that's the original file? That's what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
that's the original file.
Oh, okay.
Now with LinkedIn, your file, I just lost everything.
Ah,
I updated my software on my computer, and now when I click, it's like everything goes away. I'm like, what did I do? LinkedIn wants your videos to be under 200 megabytes. So say you have a 30-minute video, you are going to have to compress that. There's no way that's going to render out at 30 megabytes. And there's a lot of online apps that can compress videos for you. So like say you've done a Zoom webinar and you want to compress it. I mean, I think when you download from Zoom, you have some choices as well, but there's a app called Handbrake, and it will compress things down to whatever size you need.
So what does LinkedIn prefer?
To under 200 megabytes.
Under
If it's
200.
over 200 megabytes, it will say we can't upload this video, or it'll just spin forever and you'll be like, what the heck's going on?
okay.
So this is
Good to know.
downloaded, and then we want the thumbnail. So we're going to download that. I want my face because this girl looks kind of like Jennifer Lawrence. They might click on her. All right.
So tell me, I mean, you're talking to a novice here with
Yeah,
this.
that's why we're here.
So the thumbnail, you said you want the video, you want the thumbnail. Tell me the difference.
Okay, so the thumbnail is a still image. Consider it like a poster image.
Okay.
So when you post your videos, say on YouTube or even your website,
Okay.
that viewer is just going to pick usually the worst possible face they can find on YouTube, use as the thumbnail, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
I've had that.
on YouTube, you can upload a custom thumbnail. Now you might have to verify your YouTube by entering your phone number. If you are sending your video to your website provider, they should be able to upload the video, either self-hosting or pulling from YouTube, and they should be able to put a poster image, is usually what it's called on the back end, at least on WordPress, it's called a poster image. And that's the still image that plays until someone hits play.
Oh, okay. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. And on our YouTube AVA, we talked about like you could go to Canva and you could take this image and you could put words on it if you want. You can make a design around it. You can do whatever. Now, when you download the videos from us, you get a thumbnail like this, and then you get a thumbnail that's got a fake play button on it, just
Okay.
graphically. And that still is for if you're sending out an email, because LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, I don't know about X. When you put a video up there, it will put a play button on there. So if you use that poster image with the play button, then you've got two play buttons.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Okay.
look very professional.
Okay.
So the thumbnail without the play button is the one you want when you're posting anywhere besides your email. Okay, I don't know if I downloaded this, so I'll just download it again.
Said without the play button everywhere except for emails.
Yes,
Okay.
because if you're doing an email, if you, Beth, do you have to use Outlook? Or are you using
I think it's Outlook.
RJ's
Oh
thingy?
well, I think it's Outlook. Yeah.
Outlook, yeah. So if you're using Outlook, you can't embed the video. So you're going to like take a still and you're going to hyperlink it to wherever the video is. And
Okay.
we always say like, you don't want to send people to YouTube. You want to send them to your website. So wherever that video is living on your website, that's where you want to send them. If you send them to
Okay.
YouTube, they're going to watch your video and then they're going to go down some like cat video rabbit hole and be lost for an hour. They're never going to take that
Oh, that
next
never
step.
happens.
Never. I mean, that's how I decompress. All right, so then once we get to LinkedIn, I mean, they make it so easy, right? Here's a video tab right here,
Yeah.
right? And so we're going to find where I put it. Here's my video. I'm going to post it here. And then here's where we've got the captions that you want to turn off, because I already have proofed captions that our editors and writers have already looked through and grammatically changed and make sure everything's spelled right. And LinkedIn's not going to do that for you.
Gotcha.
You're going to get all sorts of crazy things, right? And when you hit apply, great. And then here's where you can pick your thumbnail. It's just a little picture icon right there. And then if we'll go for me smiling
Okay.
versus this kind of
Yeah.
strange look I've got. And so that is going to look like this. And then we've got
But it's got the play on it. It's got the play button on it.
the LinkedIn's already got the play button on it. So you
Okay.
don't need the play button. Otherwise, we'd have two. Right? And then you're going to, we already have copy underneath your script that hopefully has gone to compliance. We're ready to copy and paste in here. So you don't have to worry about compliance pinging you because you're putting in something that hasn't been gone through.
Gotcha.
So if you look under your script, there's usually some social teas copy, there's some YouTube copy, blog copy. Our writers are doing it all. And let's see, do I have my copy for this? Let me just find my copy real quick and we'll post this for real and then we can look at what happens after. Give me 1 second. I have too many scripts open. Oh my goodness. So many scripts open.
That's good. You're working hard.
Well, this is what you'll be doing too. You'll be like, okay, where'd I put the script?
Yeah, yeah.
And I would say what we do, I mean, organization is not my strong point. I'm a Leo. I'm an artist. Like, I don't do well with spreadsheets, even though I feel like I'm in them all the time. And my husband just laughs at me. He's like, you are the worst person to talk about organization. But I think because I'm bad at it, I understand people who are bad at it.
Yeah.
And what we've done is we have a folder for every month. And whatever's going out that month, that's where I put the video, that's where I put my thumbnail, that's where I put my script. And so I've got my script ready to go. We got some fun icons, emojis, whatever they're called. And then we can put in some hashtags. Now, if Laura was in this video with me, I could put something like, instead of "and your mom," I could put "and at Laura Garfield" and tag her. And if there's other people in your video, tagging them is a great way, and it comes up in their notification saying, hey, you've been tagged in this post, and then they can go and then they can like and they can share the post. So it's a nice way of just like making sure somebody knows, hey, like our stuff is live, go like it, go share it, get on that sharing. All right, and then we'll hit post and you're done. Now, if you want to boost your engagement on LinkedIn, we talk all the time, it's like social media is not a one-way street, it's a two-way street. You have to like create some conversation. And I've heard from a lot of people like, I don't have time to mess around on social media. Like, I don't like social media. I think we all at this stage have kind of a love-hate relationship with social media. You know, it's like, it can be really valuable, but it's also a time suck. And I mean, even myself, like I'm on social media every day for our clients and for Idea Decanter and even for myself. And some days I'm like, I don't know what I want to post. I don't know what I want to say. Now the posting for Idea Decanter is easy because it's all scheduled. And I highly recommend scheduling things so that you don't have to think about it. I think it's the easiest way not to get cold feet when you are trying to publish. Because I just did a series where I was interviewed and I kind of don't like myself interviewed. I'm much better like heavily scripted. I like to know exactly what I'm going to say because I get off on tangents. I feel like my mind works like a spokes of a wheel, not in a straight linear fashion. So I'm not great necessarily at talking off the cuff.
That's the artistic in you.
Yeah, possibly. And so anyways, I had to have someone else edit the videos because I was like, I can't pick the sound bites. Like, I just feel like I look stupid all the time. And now, like, it's scheduled. So it's like, I don't have to go through that whole emotional breakdown of like, I don't want to put this on LinkedIn because I don't like look perfect or whatever. So scheduling just kind of takes that away from you. Like it's like, this is what I'm posting this day. It's all ready to go. I don't have to think about it. Copy, paste, done. But going back, speaking of mind like a spokes of a wheel, going back to that engagement, how many people here are getting onto LinkedIn on a consistent way, just commenting and liking and
How
interacting with
about
any other post?
how about inconsistently?
I'll take inconsistently.
At least we're getting on.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard from a lot of people like it just feels like icky, like I just don't like it just feels like it's fake. And I agree. Like it can feel icky, it can feel fake. But if you spend some time on LinkedIn, what happens is LinkedIn's like, hey, you're a power user. You are on here, you're adding to the community. I'm going to boost your content when you post. And I mean, that's the game we're playing. And so I encourage all of you, like just for 1 week, try this. Every day for like 5 minutes, go in and you can like stuff, but liking doesn't really do much anymore. Add a comment on 3 posts. I feel like that's doable. You go in, you can start with your friends. You can start with idea Decanter. We won't judge you. We'll comment back. Go in, just add a comment. And I mean, I like to try to add value, but I don't think the algorithm cares. Like you could actually just go in and be like, congratulations. This is fabulous. You might start looking like a spammer a little bit, but if you can start adding meaningful communication, like that's when you start building those relationships on social media. And it can feel very hard at first. But if you just make it a habit and then you start actually building those real connections on LinkedIn, then it becomes fun. Then it becomes easy. And then it's just like having coffee with friends. It's just that initial diving in just feels very artificial. So if you just make a plan, it doesn't have to be December if you don't want to, although December could be easy because a lot of fun holiday stuff's coming out. Just spend 5 minutes a day. I do it before I jump into my workday. Like I just spend 5 minutes on LinkedIn. I go in, I pick a couple of people that I want to really like start nurturing a relationship with, and I just comment on their things. Which brings me to what your feed looks like. So on LinkedIn, if you go here to settings,
Wait, where was setting?
it's underneath your picture. Let me go
Oh,
back right
okay.
here under me, settings. There is feed preferences or preferred. Oh, what's feed preferences? Oh, that's just whether or not you want to see political stuff. I'm like, no, I don't need any more political stuff in my life. Preferred feed view. So you've got a choice here. If you are new to the engagement game and you're like, I just want to talk to my friends first, you can click most relevant post. So this is going to be the people you follow, the people that you interact with the most. And it's probably like the friendliest part of LinkedIn, right? Like these are the people you know. And if you're new to like trying to get in there and do some engagement, I would start with most relevant posts. But what you're going to find is after a while, you only see the same like 5 people over and over and over again. And so when you get bored and you want to start expanding your reach, you want to hit most recent posts. And this is going to be everybody that you follow. And if you're like me, you probably have at least 1,000 people that you're connected with on LinkedIn, if not more. This will start, it'll make your feed feel a little uncomfortable at first because you're not going to know everybody because you've been following these people for however long and you've forgotten about them. But what this will do is it'll expand your reach to those second and third connections. So if brand awareness is important to you, if expanding your intellectual content is important to you, if you go into those most recent posts and start engaging with people that you just sort of slightly have a connection with, then you start spreading out your network. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And the first time I did it, I was like, oh my God, I don't know who any of these people are. I don't even know what I'm doing. And how do I get back? Okay. So once that's done, then you might want to curate your feed because now it's going to feel very like I don't even know who these people are. But LinkedIn has a, let's see, where's my, I guess I have to go here. If I go to my connections, everybody who's on your connection list is automatically set with, let's see, let me go to Caitlin here. These little bells. Everyone is automatically selected at just most relevant. If there are people that are strategic partners for you, if there are people who are, you know, like your power cheerleader type clients, you can click here and hit all. And so that you see every single post that they are putting out on LinkedIn. And so
Wait,
then
how did you get manage on
you
notifications?
it's just this little bell. So if you click on somebody and click the little bell, you have off. Like if you don't want to hear from anybody, like you're like, okay, Uncle Bill, I'm tired of you, you can hit them off.
Oh, there we go.
Everyone is automatically set just for most relevant. So most relevant means like if the post coalesces with everything that you've been liking or posting yourself, it's going to show it. So it's sort of like feeding into that bubble. But if you want to break through that bubble, you want to hit all, and then you see all of their posts. So you can go through and curate your feed to the people who are really important to you that you feel like, you know, this would be a good connection. This person's been like a great referral partner. I want to make sure that like I'm rewarding them by like liking and sharing and commenting on their posts. Whatever person makes the most sense for you. And I will say this is a daunting task. Like I'm just going in and doing it in little sections. So once a week I go in and I'll like pick like 20 people that I'm like, yes, I want to hear from you. You know, because you don't need to hear from necessarily everybody on your list.
Yeah.
But it makes your LinkedIn feed a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot more
Diverse.
useful. Yeah, more diverse, more useful, and you know, like actually working for you rather than just getting a stream of whatever. You know, because I follow some people, it's like, well, I don't need to hear from you every single day. Any questions about curating your feed?
I think I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, it can feel daunting. I'm just like, take it in little bite-sized moments. It's not the end of the world if it doesn't happen. Um, it's just a way of making that feed feel more useful for your marketing objectives. Who here has a company page besides their personal page? Anybody?
I
We
think
do.
I do, but not on purpose. I
You're
didn't
talking
know
about
that I
on
had.
LinkedIn or just,
Yes. So like if I go here, I can go to Idea Decanter and we have a company page.
I think we have that on Facebook. I think Facebook has to be linked to your
Yeah.
personal page,
And same with
but
LinkedIn.
that's
Like you
all.
can't just have a company page, you have to have your personal profile and
Yeah.
your
Okay.
company page. And
I think I have.
there's a lot of debate about like, do people want to hear from brands or do people want to hear from people? Laura has something like 8,000 connections. We have 1,600 on Idea Decanter. Like, does it make more sense for her to be posting things out there, or does it make sense to put it on the company page? And it is you know, there's no right or wrong to any of it. However, if you have no followers on your company page, no one's going to see your content. But no one's going to follow your company page if there's no content on it.
How do you know which page you're on?
If you go to your profile, go to my profile, or home rather, your page
Yeah.
should be right here. Now we
Yeah.
manage pages with our post and promote team, so I've got like multiple stuff.
So, for example, my personal one doesn't look like it's linked up as much as, and I don't know how to get over to the Sparks group.
If you go to somewhere under
But
your
this is the
profile, it
Sparks.
should have all of your manage your page.
Oh,
If you click on your picture, It should say view profile, then it should say manage.
For some reason it's not coming up there. All the way up.
Unless you're not managing it, Beth.
Yeah, I know, anything. Yeah. Yeah, because I think, but this one came up with my business. Yeah. Oh, I don't want to waste your time. I'll figure that out.
I mean, it could be that you didn't set it up and you had somebody set it up and it's linked to a different profile and they can add you to it.
I think originally they set up the Sparks group with
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn, and then I
Mm-hmm.
went in and set up Beth Sparks.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think there's two.
So if you need to add people to your page, it is down here in settings and manage admins, and you can add anybody to manage your page. So
Okay.
that's one benefit of having a company page is that if you have somebody else posting for you, they don't need to have to keep logging in at you, getting the code from you, trying to get access to the page.
Okay.
If you've started a company page and nobody's following you, you can invite to follow. And you get 250 credits a month, and it just, everyone that you're following, it will send an invite to. And it's pretty simple. Like you can just, can you just select all or do I have to select everybody? I don't even know. Maybe you need to just select, you just select all these people, hit invite, and it sends out invitations for people to like your page. We don't need to do it right this second. There's a couple of strategies involved with company versus personal posting. So ideally, you don't necessarily want to post on your company page and then take that exact same post and put it on your personal page. It's actually theoretically better if I go to a page post and I share it to my personal page, then I kind of get double duty. So I get the post on here, I share it to my personal page, and then people can see it on my personal page, but then they see that it's on Idea Decanter and it can lead them back to Idea Decanter so I can get traffic
Oh, there we
on my
go.
company page, right? And it's as easy as just hitting the repost button. You have to make sure, however, that you're not signed in as Idea Decanter, because then you're just reposting it back to your company page. I've done it so many times, I can't tell you. And you hit repost with your thoughts, and it's going to go to your page, and you can say, hey, you got to check out Aaron here, he's fantastic. And then you hit post. You can do the same thing personal to company. So where's my posts? Go down to my posts. I can repost. I have to hit Idea Decanter and I can hit repost and it will go to my Idea Decanter page. So if you have a ton of followers, but you want to start building up some company on that company page, this is a way for you to repost that information to your company page so that you can build up some content on that page so that when you invite people to join you, there's something there for them to, some content for them to add value to their lives. It's not just a blank page. I recommend having at least like 5 pieces of content on your company page before you start like sharing it out to the masses.
Okay.
All right. All right. And then we are getting a little over, so my apologies, but I just want to show you where to find your analytics so that you can, let's see, where the heck are the analytics for personal? Here they are. Now, the analytics for personal are different if you've got a paid account versus the free account. But you can go in here and you can see, what's post impressions just means it's been in the feed. What you're really looking for though are views and clicks. So you can go here. Does it tell me my views? Maybe it doesn't tell you views in the personal. View analytics. Is it just going to take me back? I'm usually in the company page doing this, so it's a little confusing to me, but yeah, it just gives you impressions on your personal page. So if you're logged in, you can go to any of your posts and you should be able to see view analytics.
Okay.
On the company page, though, you get more in-depth analytics. And let me just show you where to find it. I mean, it's right here. And so you
Yeah.
can see the whole year, you can see the last 90 days. Let's just do the last quarter. And if you go down here, you can actually see like the views, the actual people who stopped and watched your content, because impressions just mean they show up. And you're not going to get views on like a static post, like a photo or a text, but any videos you see like 309 here, 20 views here, 404 views on indispensable video marketing trends. And so then you can take these metrics, and when you're planning out your content calendar for 2025, you can be like, hey, this kind of content really resonated with people. People really stopped and watched. You can scroll through and you can see how many reactions you got. You can see if anyone commented. It gives
And
you an
that's on the
engagement.
company page. That's not the personal one.
Yeah, that's the company page. They don't give you this kind of in-depth analytics on your personal. So, if you have a company page like Beth, if you are thinking like, hey, I want to build like enterprise value and I want to be like Beth Sparks with like 6 advisors underneath me, like having that company page is going to be valuable, because then
Yeah.
everyone can be sharing from that company page and engaging with that company page. All right. Let me see. Is there any questions about diving into those analytics? All right. Then we went a little over time. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Like I said, if you want to practice engaging on LinkedIn and you feel like, I don't know what I'm doing, feel free to just jump on Idea Decanter's post, send us a little message, and we can practice a little bit before you start doing it with clients and COIs and strategic partners. In January, I believe it is the 10th, we are going to talk about websites. And so if you have Google Analytics, we can dive into Google Analytics a little bit, but we're going to talk about best practices of getting videos on your websites, where to put them, how to send everything to your website person so that they put all the information that's necessary to get the best engagement. I have it scheduled for January the 10th, 12:30 Pacific, so I don't know what that is East Coast time. It's Friday. 3:30?
10:30. I think it's 10:30. Maybe
If it's
9:30.
12:30 Pacific, it's
What time are
3:30
you
Eastern,
now?
right?
What time are you now?
I'm 9 o'clock.
It's 3 hours difference.
Yeah, 3 hours difference. So it should be ahead of me though, right? So if it's 12
Yes,
o'clock
yeah.
my time, it should be 3:30 Friday afternoon. Like you can cut off work early a little bit and do a deep dive into websites. I'm not an expert at Google Analytics. I'm not sure if anyone really is anymore, but we'll at least be able to show you where to find things, because they've changed some of the drop downs. So if you want to see if people are coming from LinkedIn, I can show you where that happens.
Awesome.
Can I possibly are you recording these? Could I possibly
I'm
get
recording
access
it.
to the recording, because I don't work on Fridays?
Absolutely, absolutely. Just
Yeah.
register and you will get the recording
Okay.
emailed to you.
Awesome.
Awesome.
That'd be great.
All right.
Okay.